Righto, let's get stuck into this one, even though it has fizzled out now. Reece Walsh made a joke about drinking toilet water in a video. Harmless, stupid, funny, whatever you want to call it. And for 3 days, the media spun it like it was the end of civilization. But here's the thing. The problem isn't what Reece Walsh did. The real issue is this not a good look mentality that seems to cripple society these days.
Old Skool Broncos, yeah!
Welcome back to the Old Skool Broncos Podcast. I'm your host, Ash, and today we're diving into a topic that goes way beyond footy. It's about responsibility, role models, outrage culture, and why people have forgotten how to laugh at a harmless joke. Every time an athlete, celebrity, or public figure does something a bit silly, and I'm talking silly, not criminal, we hear the same line. It's not a good look. What does that even mean? It's this vague, blanket statement that people use when they don't have a real argument. It's code for, I don't like it, but I don't want to explain why. But here's the kicker. Not a good look has become a weapon. It's used to shame people into compliance. It's self-censorship on steroids. It's like we've all appointed ourselves as the fun police. Let's look at Walshy's so-called crime. He makes a joke about drinking toilet water. Someone somewhere says, oh no, what if a kid copies him? Hang on. First off, what kid doesn't already know that's not a smart idea? But more importantly, whose job is it to stop that kid from actually drinking toilet water? Walsh's? The Broncos? The NRL? No, it's the parents. It's the environment that the child is raised in. If your kid blindly copies everything they see on TikTok without stopping to think, that's not on Reece Walsh. That's on you as a parent. That's a hard truth, but it's the truth. What we've done as a society is outsourced responsibility. We push this mythical role model tag onto athletes, and then when something goes wrong, we all say, see, they should have known better. No, it starts at home. If a grown man jokes about toilet water and your kid actually drinks it, is that a reflection on Reece Walsh, or is it a reflection on your parenting? Is it not a lesson your kid needs to learn anyway? That blindly following others makes you a fool? Why protect them from that lesson? The whole point of growing up is trial and error. And let's look at the characters in sport. This is what happens when we play fun police. We strip the game and life of its characters. Instead of Walsh being Walsh, instead of Matty Johns being Matty Johns, we get robotic, bland interviews, scripted answers. Where do we go for the next Matty Johns of the world if we don't let people test the line between funny and stupid? Where do we get the Alfie Langers, the Shane Warnes, the other larrikins? We don't. We lose them. We end up with beige athletes saying beige things because they're terrified of headlines. But why does a toilet water joke become a 3-day headline? Because negativity sells. Outrage sells. The media knows that if they put Reece Walsh and toilet in the same sentence, people click. And here's the sad part. We're the ones clicking. We feed the beast. We judge quickly, we get outraged quickly, and we give away our power so easily. Ask yourself, were you genuinely upset that someone made a toilet joke? Or were you taught to be upset by a headline intended to guide the way you think? But let's look at maturity, because that's the other argument people make. People don't magically become mature overnight. They learn by pushing boundaries. They find out what flies and what doesn't. If we police every joke, every silly act, every harmless bit of fun, then where do people learn? Where do they grow? If we never let players make mistakes, we're robbing them and ourselves of the natural process of maturing. If you rely on footy players, musicians, YouTubers to raise your kids, you've already lost the battle. Sure, players can inspire, but inspire in what? One bloke might inspire you with his skill on the field, another with his business sense, another with his work ethic. horses for courses. There are no perfect role models for life. None. There are just people who are good in certain areas. I love Shane Warne with a cricket ball. Pure magic. But I'm not following his marriage advice. I admire certain business people, but I'm not asking them for fitness advice. The idea that athletes have to be role models in all aspects of life is rubbish. They're specialists. Walsh is a role model for stepping, speed, and creativity on the footy field. And that is it. That doesn't mean he has to be a role model for diet, relationships, or jokes about toilets. If you admire someone, admire the thing they're good at, not everything that they do. That's on you to filter. So why do we give our power away so easily? Why do we let what someone else does ruin our day? Why do we get manipulated into outrage? It's a poor reflection on society when a joke becomes national news, while bigger, more important issues barely get a mention. At the end of the day, life is serious enough already. Bills, mortgages, wars, health scares, the lot. If you can't find fun in the little things, if you can't laugh at a bloke joking about toilet water, then what's the point? Lighten up, move on, because in the grand scheme of things, it's nothing. If you've taken one thing out of this, let it be this. Role models aren't meant to live your life for you. They're meant to inspire parts of it. The rest, that's up to you. So next time you see a player do something harmless and the media screams, "Not a good look," ask yourself, is the problem them or is the problem us? That's it for today's Old Skool Broncos podcast. If you enjoyed the chat, hit like, subscribe, share it around. And more importantly, lighten up, laugh a bit, and stop letting headlines tell you how to feel and think. This is the Old Skool Broncos podcast. Let's go, Broncos.